going for a while, yeah.
We all know Ryan, the kid who turned playtime into a global empire. But here's the thing, he's not a kid anymore.
Hey guys, I'm pretend playing as Red Titan. What is this? A Red Titan comic book? And blank pages? You know what that means.
Back when this started, Ryan was just having fun. Now, he's raking in millions. Or I would rather say billions. Yes, billions.
You're on track to be a teenage billionaire doing YouTube.
Not bad for a kid who just wanted to play with toys, right?
I wanted to show you this graph of your viewership. And it shows that like in the past year, like according to Tubular Labs, your views have gone up 37% month over month.
But things are getting weird. Ryan's outgrowing his own brand, and everyone's starting to notice.
I mean, Sean and Luann, how did this all start?
Well, Brian's been watching YouTube ever since he's little, and he started watching other kids on YouTube. And one day he just come up and asked me, you know, can we start a YouTube channel? There's other kids on here. It looks like they're having fun.
So why is Ryan still doing this? Is it for the love of the game, or is something else keeping this train going? Ryan's been in the spotlight for most of his life. And while it started as a fun experiment, things have changed. The playful kid who just wanted to review toys is now a teenager, and the content that once felt natural is starting to look a little out of place. He was only 6 when he earned his first million. By the time he hit 12, his empire was worth over $1 billion. Before YouTube, Ryan's dad was working as an engine engineer, earning over $100,000 a year.
How much as an engineer were you making at that time?
About 100K.
100K.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
While his mom was a teacher with a modest salary. Together, they were making good money for a small family. But there's definitely been some sketchy stuff in their past. Ryan's mom had a bit of a miscreant streak. It could also explain their obsession with chasing as much money as they can get their hands on. But after thousands of videos, it's hard not to notice that the kid seems like he's had enough.
Is there a consequence?
It's gonna happen.
Whoa. That's why you cannot lie.
What?
Daddy, you're up.
What, I'm next? Oh, I'm nervous.
Here's the thing. The big question now isn't about money. It's about Ryan. Does he really enjoy this anymore? Or is he caught in a system that's too big to stop? At this age, most kids are figuring out who they are, exploring new hobbies, and growing up away from the public eye. But for Ryan, his identity has been tied to a brand that's been running full speed since he was a toddler. He's become a global phenomenon, but that doesn't mean he's immune to burnout. Other child stars like Sis vs. Bro have shown us what happens when the magic fades. Their channel was pulling in millions of views a month, but eventually they grew up and their audience moved on. Will Ryan face the same fate? There's no denying the impact Ryan's world has had on the internet and the toy industry. But as he gets older, there's an underlying tension. Can he keep this up without losing himself in the process? At this point, Ryan's not just a YouTuber, he's a brand. There's merchandise, TV shows, and sponsorships. Ryan's world is a multi-million-dollar machine that involves his family, his team, and countless business deals. Stepping away isn't as simple as pressing pause. But one of the most eye-opening details about Ryan's journey is the behind-the-scenes decisions that shaped his brand. Ryan's parents didn't just let things unfold naturally. Early on, they saw an opportunity to turn their son's playful videos into a business, a brand. In a recent interview, Ryan's dad shared how, from the moment Ryan's channel started gaining traction, they began thinking of it as a way to scale up and grow the channel into a full-blown company. Scaling the business might have worked financially, but at what cost? Ryan became not just a YouTube star, but a brand. A living, breathing entity that needed to keep producing content to stay relevant. And here's where things get complicated. Does Ryan have a say in any of this? He's now almost 13 years old, and it's clear that his interests have evolved beyond toys. Yet, his parents are running a multi-million-dollar business that's reliant on Ryan continuing to play his part.
You know, the business part, right? We really want to keep it fun for him as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
imagine being 12 years old and your childhood and now teenage years are being documented for millions to see. The expectations are enormous, and at this age, most kids are figuring out who they want to be. not keeping up with the demands of a brand built around their younger self.
Because we want to minimize Ryan's participation on camera. So we introduced animated characters who could take over some of the camera participation. So we minimize Ryan's filming time each week to 30 minutes to 1 hour.
Ryan's parents might believe they're balancing it all, but when your child's identity becomes inseparable from a global brand, how do you let them grow up normally? This isn't just a YouTube channel anymore. It's a business, and one that doesn't stop just because Ryan might want to. The audience has expectations, and the brand demands it keeps going. But with all of that weight on his shoulders, you can't help but wonder, what does Ryan want? Does he want to keep playing the same games and pretending to be excited about toys? Or is he ready for something new? It's a question that's becoming harder to ignore as he gets older. Look at what happened with other child stars. Many faced similar pressures, only to step away when they realized the toll it was taking on their lives. Ryan's no different in that respect, except his brand is still going strong, even if he's not. The truth is, Ryan has already achieved more by the age of 12 than most people do in a lifetime.
Like, I mean, there's like people creating wealth, and I feel like you guys have created generational wealth. How do you think about the future of that?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
The audience, the fame, the money. It's all tied to this character that Ryan has played for so long. But the real challenge ahead isn't about views or revenue. It's about figuring out what comes after all of that. If you really think about it, are Ryan's parents really to blame for the brand's decline, or is there more going on? In my opinion, the main reason isn't just that Ryan's grown up, it's that his audience has grown up too. The kids who used to watch him have aged, and their interests have shifted since he first started. They're outgrowing that kind of content. And Ryan can't stay 5 years old forever. That's why his parents are now re-uploading his old toy review videos. But this strategy is not proving to be working, as he's not gaining new viewers fast enough to replace the ones who are moving on. If Ryan still wants to keep making content, which I honestly doubt.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do.
It'd probably be smart for him to start shifting towards content for preteens, instead of sticking with the stuff he made when he was under 10. So, what's next for Ryan? Will he keep pushing forward, even as he outgrows the content that made him famous? Or will he follow in the footsteps of other child stars, who stepped back to find a life beyond the spotlight? The next few years will be critical for Ryan. Whether Ryan decides to continue building his empire or takes a step back to live a more normal life, we'll be here to watch it unfold. But one thing's for sure, Ryan's world is changing, and how he handles it will define the next chapter of his life. What do you think? Is Ryan still the same kid who just loves making videos? Or is the brand around him pushing him too hard? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on the biggest stars of the internet.